Welcome to School of Education, University of the Gambia. I am Sheikh Omar Fati, the Information and Communication Minister, 15th Executive Council. Today is a great day. It's a day that we are going to celebrate our own people. That are teachers, that are people that save the lives of generations that are coming. Today is a special day in the history of our school. If you look at the whole today, we have our mentors and we have the next generation makers in the buildings. So I would like to invite our brother to come and lead us in prayers before we start anything. From there, we will go to the national anthem and then I'll read the program guide for you. So right now, I will invite my brother, Mr. Cham, to come and lead us in Muslim prayers. Mr. Cham, you are welcome.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين الحمد لله الذي لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا الحمد لله الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وآل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد صل الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Shall we pray? We begin our prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Eternal Father, we thank you for this moment. We thank you for giving us this opportunity to gather here as teachers, to gather here as nation builders, as destiny savers. You've already made this day to be a memorable day, a day that we will glad and rejoice in it, a day that we will continue to celebrate the lives of every teacher that you have created. Before we were born, you made us to be the destiny savers. Today we come to celebrate our day, a day that we will continue to remember, a day that we will continue to thank you. Father, into your hands we come in this moment. Into your mighty hand we put this day, that you will continue to make it fruitful, a day that we will continue to serve and continue to give our best. For it is said, to whom much is given, more is expected. We as teachers, we continue to thank you, we continue to give you the glory. To all glory comes to you, through your Son, Jesus Christ, whom you have blessed, you have sent to the world to be a teacher. Every prophet that you have sent was a teacher at one time. We as teachers, we have come here to commemorate this day, a day that we will celebrate, a day that we will continue to rejoice and share. These and all other prayers we might through Christ our Lord. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
We all stand up for the national anthem. And then start by coming lead us in the national anthem. 3, 2, 3. do the same work. Madam, you are welcome. Next to Madam is Mr. Abraham Ba, Nami Foundation. Thank you, Nami and Mr. Abraham Ba. Next to her is Mariam Salah, Head of Education and Research, UTGLB. Thank you. Next to her, we have our own President, Honorable Mohammed Galan, President, University Student Union. Thank you, and Mr. President, you are welcome. Here is your home. Next to him is Hannah Sen, Welfare Minister, UDGSU. Okay. Next to her is Mr. Wali, Lecturer, UTG. All right. Now to Mr. Musa So, EU. Okay, now to the 15th Executive Council, our able Secretary General, Mamadou Sanu Jallo. And from there, the man behind everything here, and the mic that I'm holding, is the other person. And next to them, we have our able Vice President, His Excellency, next to VP is the most important man in our council. We all know money is very, very important. So, Honorable Hatabu, Minister of Finance. And all the other council members that are present here, I greet you all, ladies and gentlemen. Iron Lady to come and give us the welcoming remark. Honorable Khadija Collins.
Good morning to our inspiring panelists, the 15th Executive Council, faculty staff, school dean, and our supportive EDUSANs here present. I greet you all. To start with, I wish to recognize the presence of our intellectuals here on the high table. And I start with our Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Sow, and to our Honorable Mother, Madam Akambi. To our father figure here, Dr. Hussein Usar. And to our mother also, who I believe all of us has passed through. That is Madam Aissatou Ndao. We are happy that we are here. And also to our great partners, NAMI Foundation, and their representative, Mr. Abrahman Ba. And to our humble Maria Masala, who is our very own. To Mr. Sow and our able president, Mr. Ngalan. And to my humble boss lady, Anna Sen, who is also my boss at SU Welfare Ministry. I welcome you all to this great occasion. Besides, I wish to use this opportunity to express my gratitude to all of you for coming to this ground. I therefore extend a warm welcome to everyone present here. My name is Khadija Tukoli, the Social and Welfare Minister of the 15th Executive Council, EDUSA. As a school that solely trains and nurtures teachers and central institutions in making teachers, we have been thoughtful to organize a gathering of teachers to not only acknowledge their unmeasured contribution to our society, but also to express their concerns in this noble profession Today, we have therefore initiated a special event to gather and celebrate our wonderful teachers as a nation and also as nation builders. Teachers are the guiding lights who shape the future. Our dedication, patience, and wisdom inspires every day. This celebration is a small token of our appreciation. May this day bring us joy, pride in our noble work. Let us feel this day with love, respect, and gratitude. Before I end my speech, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to our sponsors and partners, GTU, NAMI Foundation, and People's Movement for National Unity, who, without their support, this might not be a success. I am indeed very glad about your support. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to all of us here today. Happy Teachers' Day. And I believe every EDUSA present here today is happy because this was a policy. I stood here in the same podium here to promise you that I will bring you Teachers' Day celebration, to celebrate you, to celebrate all the teachers who made us through to this University of the Gambia. And today I said, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, because I fulfill a promise that I took from my As your welfare minister, I promise that every policy that I stood before you and vow that I will serve, I will do that before I leave office. And I believe this is my second to last policy that is left that I should complete before leaving office. And the final one will be done, inshallah. Thank you all.
We have only one academic year, and in that academic year, we have full of activities. So the future politicians that are aspiring to come and serve our university and the country at large, please come with a policy that we can implement. Gambians, they say we are very good in drafting policies, but when you come to deliver them, it's always a problem. So we need to fix our house right here so that when we go and serve the nation, we will be able to fix it there too. But if university students are making big promises just to get the votes from the students, and when they are in the office themselves, they know that they cannot deliver, it's always a problem. And that trend will continue to the national level. Next on the agenda should be the speech by the President of the 15th Executive Council, Mr. Alassane Njai, but he is not here right now, so I don't know whether the Vice or the SDO will step in. So I would like to call on. Yes. Okay, I'll call on the SDO to step in.
Fellow EDUSANs, Deputy Secretary General of the Gambian Teachers Union, our DRS mother, Dr. Akambi, and our able and most approachable Dean, Dr. Sar, our brother and mentor, Mr. Alpha M.K. Low, our mother who has saved most of us to be able to stand before you here personally, and also for most of us to be in this building, Madam Aissatou Ndao, whom all of us has owe a lot of gratitude because she has not only shown us the way, but she has encouraged us during our college days to take up the responsibilities of this nation seriously. And in manifestation, our presence to celebrate our own day in this very hall is a manifestation of this. And to the representative of our one of the most supportive partners of the 15th Executive Council, which is the NAMI Foundation, Mr. Abdurrahman Ba, and the second Vice President of the Gambia Teachers Union, Mr. Musa Sow, and to our able President, Mr. Ngalan, commonly known as Dindi Mansa, present here. And accompanied by his able social and social and welfare ministry of minister of the Gambia University of the Gambia Students Union. It is indeed a pleasure to stand before you as the Secretary General of the 15th Executive Council to deliberate or to say a word or two on this occasion of the World Teachers Day, celebrated on the 5th of this month. But as a council, we decide to celebrate it today because the day is so special to us that we have to, at our own level, create a day for it at the council level. And the theme for this year says, recasting teaching profession, the teaching as a collaborative profession. And as teachers, as educators, as policy implementers in the education sector, I think this is a way we can come together, reflect about the policies and programs, about the advancement of education, which solely rests on the shoulders of each and every one of us present here. We must reflect on how do we recast teaching as a collaborative profession. Who must we collaborate? What do we recast as we collaborate towards diversifying education in the Gambia? We are going back to the field. We are the ones who are going to directly interact. Those that we are to collaborate with, the layman on the street, the mother, the non-government organization, the government itself. How do we put all this together so as we achieve the aspiration, the aims, the goals, and the objective of our collective educational agenda of the country? So as a council, we encourage every member of the Education Students Association, we encourage every teacher in this country and in the world to collaborate with NGOs, to collaborate with students, to collaborate with parents, and to collaborate with other development bodies so that the education aspiration of every country around the world is achieved. Because it is said, for education, it is the backbone of every nation. We are the ones that build the engineer out there that built this building. We are the ones that prepare the doctor. We are the ones that prepare the lawyers. We are the ones that prepare the policy implementers of this country. So, every step we take to move in national development must be very considerate, and we must implement it to the latter so that results of this country comes through the education, because everything comes from us. So if everything comes from us, then we must be on top of things. So on that note, on behalf of the 15th Executive Council and on behalf of every EDUSA, every student admitted in the School of Education, and every university student that is in support of education, I thank you on behalf of the council and encourage you to reflect on this theme, not only as a mere celebration, but as a step, as a springboard for us to take action so that the education that we all desire, the education that you want another teacher to give to your child, is the same education you are giving to the children of other people that are not even teachers. So on that note, I thank you all and welcome you to the teacher celebration.
We all had that wonderful remark from our Secretary General. Now I will invite our Vice President to come and say one or two words with us. Honorable, you are welcome.
Good morning to the high table. I must acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Secretary General of Gambia Teachers Union, Mr. Sow, my own mother, a role model, Dr. Akambi, and also the Dean of School of Education. I believe School of Education, we are one of the most luckiest, or if not the luckiest, as far as sub-association is concerned within the UTG. From the former dean, we were thinking how best we can able to replace her. But fortunately, God has brought us a man who understands everybody, who feels how we interact within ourselves, and a man who always tries to make sure that he will help you how best he in his capability. Dr. Hussein, sir, we are honored to have you here. And to my brother Alpha MK Law, who has been a role model for me since the onset, Mr. Law, we welcome you to the Teachers Celebration Day. And from Mr. Law, I have my another role model, a mentor to me, Madam Aisha Dindao. Madam Dao is someone who is a household name as far as education is concerned within this sector. As we know, she is currently serving as the Vice Provost at the University of Education, formerly called the Gambia College. Madam Dao, you are welcome. Next to Madam Dao, I have my own brother Abdul Rahman, who is the Information Relation Officer of the NAMI Foundation. NAMI Foundation is an organization who has been partnered to EDUSA, and most of our activities from the nationwide to the current activity in which we are currently having here, which is the Teachers Day, they are always there to support us in everything they can do. Next to Abdurrahman, we have Mr. Sow, okay, the second vice president of the Gambia Teachers Union. We are honored to have you around. And next to him, our president of the University of the Gambia Student Union, Mr. Mohamed Galan. Mr. President, we are also welcome to honor you. And next to him, we have our own welfare and culture minister, who is Anna Sen. Anna Sen, we are grateful to attend our event. And to my auntie, the auntie of every Edison and the auntie of all UTG as far School of Education is concerned. Auntie Geneva, we are honored to have you here. So to the Edisons, as the vice president of this association and also looking at this important team, which we are also celebrating, which is recasting on teachers as teaching as a collaborative profession. We know that when we are talking about recasting, here we are talking about key important terms, how we redefine the educational system, how we make sure that we redirect the education system. But how are we going to do that? There must be what we call a collaborative work together, meaning there must be what we call a collective work as far the education system is concerned. How are we going to do it? The administrators have to be there, the teachers have to be there, the parents have to be there, even the students and also the society. And this is the only way we can able to have what we call the education we desire as a country. And if we have to develop as a country, we know that no nation cannot develop without what we call a quality education. And in having a quality education, you realize that all the stakeholders are important. And recently we have seen NAMI Foundation celebrating teachers. Annually, they will celebrate the best teacher as far as the country is concerned. And this is the only way you can able to promote what we call quality education. We have the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. We have GTU, which is a body responsible to stand for the welfare of teachers. So you realize that an institution alone cannot make sure that they cannot redefine the education system. Instead, it has to be what we call a collaborative work. In other words, there must be what we call a collective work, and through the collective work, we can able to achieve the education we desire as far as the country is concerned. On that note, I welcome you all to this Teachers Celebration Day, which is annually, which is normally happening every 5th of this month. But we decided to put it forth due to a certain kind of a logistical arrangement, and here we are, and I can confidently say that this is the most successful event as far as School of Education programs are concerned. Thank you all.
Thank you, Vice President, 15th Executive Council, Ibrahim Hiseka. We all had that, and then let's try to live by the standards that we are learning from the University of the Gambia when we go back to the field. Now, I have the honor to invite our own Dean, School of Education, Dr. Hussein Sar, to come and give his statement. Dr.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. I think today's event is very colorful and remarkable in many ways. Just look at the room. I must welcome back our students who graduated and are in the system but decided to come and join us for today. Welcome back home. Deputy General Secretary, Gambia Teachers Union, colleague, and of course, my dear sister here, Dr. Akambi, Deputy General Manager of NEDI, Mr. Alpha Low, yes, exactly. Anyway, things change. That's why I am trying to get it right here. She is now part of the University of Education and as a principal officer in the management team. Welcome, Madam Dell. And of course, representative of NAMI Foundation, Deputy Vice President, Gambia Teachers Union, President of the University of the Gambia Student Union, and of course the executive members he is with, our own faculty officer, Secretary General of the of EDUSA, members of the 15th Executive Council, EDUSANs, students of the University of the Gambia, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media here present. A very warm greetings to all of you. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, University of the Gambia, it is my honor and great pleasure to welcome you to today's gathering. The MC said it's a great day. Indeed, it is a great day worth celebrating. And with that, let me say this. It is we, the educators, we, the teachers, who saw the foundation for national development and individual development. It is us who set the stage for things to move, and that is worthy of recognition. Let's look at what teachers' contribution is all about. It is teachers who transform human beings into human resources. Very important. And let me situate this to an economist who look at education issues, William Study. He says, education, the effect or the impact of education through the intervention of teachers, the multiplier effect is enormous. Teachers train generations of individuals. They train teachers, they train engineers, they train accountants, that as a system, as a nation, that we need. So it is us who are doing that. But beyond that, when they train these people to become the human resources that we need, what that embodies is, there is, of course, stark improvement in our human development efforts. And as a ranking, that raises the profile of our country. When it comes to job mobility, we can compete internationally. Let's internalize that role a bit. In our own system, we will train people who will immediately or in a position to solve our problem. They become problem solvers. They become critical thinkers. They become innovators. This is what we need in our system to become change agents. And the source of that is the teachers. I will also describe teachers as foot soldiers or frontline workers in this country when it comes to service delivery. They go to hard-to-reach places. In fact, in line with the team here, collaboration, teachers look at their intervention. They act as catalytic leadership. They go beyond their jurisdiction. They look at community or societal problems, the areas where they serve, and they collaborate to make sure problems of that nature are addressed. So let's clap for teachers. Beyond that, Teachers have been tested and they've proven that they can and they are willing to do it. This extends to the human services area. Look at local government administration. If you employ or task the teacher to handle such responsibilities, they will deliver. Look at the likes of the late Badara Diouf, a celebrated teacher and a celebrated public servant. Our own Mr. Loom, a teacher of teachers, the likes of Satang Yao, Alpha Khan, Sheikh Diouf of Muslim High School, and many others. My own teacher, Mr. Liberty, Mr. Oba Sanjuma, who taught me at Muslim High School. This is what teachers can do. This is anchored on education and its morality. Education is a mirror of society. And look at the role teachers are playing in that regard. We need to change or rewrite the narratives. I think we have societal ills when it comes to morality and ethical standards, how we conduct things. And of course, as educators, we are the vanguard to nurture and mold the young ones so that they have what it takes so that public service is delivered for public good as we want it. With all these things said, what does it mean for us as educators? I'm happy, if you look at the room here, the representation of key stakeholders as far as education is concerned. And I will make the case. Education and of course teachers matters a lot. They should be high on their agenda and priority, meaning that investment in teacher training should be something that's prioritized. And of course, teacher welfare. Because it is when these two things work together that the teacher can be regarded as effective in his or her role. In closing, I will say as educators, no matter what happens, let's never waver in this responsibility. It is noble, it's critical for our country. If we don't get it right at this stage, nothing will work right. Therefore, let's stay, and I encourage the stakeholders to continue to support, provide the scholarship, support our learning activities, and of course, the teachers should also be taken care of. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Can you put our hands together for our team? Our dean says, if we don't get it right here, nothing will be right in this country, and that is the truth. So university students, we are the change makers, and the change will start with us right here in the University of the Gambia. So now to the next, I now have the honor to invite Ms. Maria Masala to come and give her speech. Ms. Salah, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi to you all. Greetings to Mr. Saul, the representative from VTU, our own mother, and my mentor, Madam Akambi. Also our own dean, Dr. Saar, representative from the NAMI Foundation, our lecturers, our mother, Madam Aissatou Ndao, Mr. Alpha M.K. Low, the Executive Council of the Education Students Association, the representative from the UTG Executive Council, other lecturers, students of the Mighty School of Education, I greet you all. My name is Maria Masala. I am your EDUSA representative at the legislative body of the University of the Gambia. So I am truly honored to be invited as a speaker of this great occasion, which is the Teachers' Day celebration. I am really impressed with the organizing committee of this day, because the people I see in the panel are all amazing people who have contributed immensely into the teaching profession, and that is a plus for the students who are present here. It is an opportunity for us to learn from them. So today we are here to celebrate exceptional and selfless individuals who in one way or the other contributed in shaping the lives of all of us. Almost 95% of the people I see in this gathering are teachers, and 100% of these people have passed through the hands of multiple teachers across the length and the breadth of this country. So obviously this day was celebrating. This year's theme is recasting teaching as a collaborative profession, and it is no doubt that this is one of the best themes we could ever have in the celebration of the Teachers' Day. So before we go further, I would like to emphasize that in the teaching field, we have all experienced a lot of challenges. But despite these challenges, the fact that teaching is a noble profession and is a rewarding profession will always stay. Even though we have encountered a lot of challenges as teachers, but then we still have to accept that teaching is noble and it is also rewarding. So recasting teaching as a collaborative profession means redefining the teaching profession as a collaborative endeavor where educators work together, share knowledge, and support each other to achieve a common goal and improve students' learning experience. So for me, this year's theme relates to the common saying that no man is an island. And obviously, no teacher is also an island. So it means as teachers, we should use the opportunity of collaboration. We have different stakeholders that we can collaborate with, and this includes the parents, our fellow teachers, the students, and all other stakeholders that can help us in shaping the lives of the children. Recasting teaching as a collaborative profession is not just a slogan, but it's a call to action that requires concrete changes in the ways educators work together, share knowledge, and support one another to improve students' learning outcomes and promote a more positive and productive educational environment. So as a peace educator, I would love to relate this year's theme to the importance of peace and conflict resolution in schools. Peace education is crucial in fostering a collaborative teaching environment by equipping teachers and students with the skills and perspectives necessary for conflict resolution, empathy, and mutual understanding. It promotes a holistic approach to learning where collaboration is not just a method, but a core value, enabling participants to work together effectively towards shared goals and a more peaceful society. The integration of peace education within this theme emphasizes the development of interpersonal skills, critical thinking, and commitment to non-violence among educators and learners. This approach transforms the educational setting into the reality of a peaceful society, where collaborative practices are modeled and reinforced, leading to a more harmonious and productive learning experience. Collaboration among teachers also facilitates the creation of a culture of care within schools where conflict and wrongdoings are viewed as learning opportunities rather than disruptions. In such an environment, educators work together to implement restorative practices such as talking circles, which promote positive relationships and provide students with practical skills for nonviolent and conflict resolution skills. These circles, often facilitated by teachers, counselors, or even high school volunteers, demonstrate a collaborative approach to fostering a peaceful society. So for the administration, this is also important. Prioritizing peace and conflict resolution education contributes to a stronger school culture, reduce organizational tension, and improve staff morale. When conflict resolution skills are embedded throughout the institution, it leads to fewer disruptions and more respectful atmosphere and a safe learning environment. So for administration, the time that we use in resolving conflict at our own level through the learners and the teachers, if we equip teachers and learners with conflict resolution skills, instead of wasting time on violence or other problems within the classes, we can save that time to do other things. So for teachers, integrating conflict resolution strategies transform the classroom dynamics from one of managing disruptions to one of guiding growth opportunities. By understanding the different types of conflict, that is the intrapersonal, the interpersonal, the intergroup, and the intergroup, teachers can identify underlying causes and intervene effectively. For students, peace and conflict resolution education provides them with practical tools for managing their emotions and interact effectively with others. To establish a peaceful environment, educators must prioritize building positive relationships with students, colleagues, as well as families. This involves creating a culture of respect, empathy, and understanding where everyone feels valued and heard. Educators can achieve this by promoting conflict resolution and peaceful communication, encouraging active listening, and fostering a growth mindset. In conclusion, schools committed to peace and conflict resolution education becomes a place where problems are solved restoratively, relationships are healed, and a culture of care flourishes, benefiting the entire school community. So I will leave you with this word that we all have a role to play in peace building. And as teachers, it is important for us to include this in our day-to-day activities. So thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you, our representative of the LB. Thank you, madam. And then according to her, as teachers, we're supposed to be there for each other, especially when we are in the field. And also to make sure that we have a cordial relationship with the society that we are serving, much more especially the students and their parents. So right now we have a surprise for you, right now here. I will call the Deputy Information and Communication Minister, Honorable Mustafa Huma, to come and break the ice for you.
Esteemed members of the High Table, please permit us to know that if you will upload it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's beautiful that we are celebrating each and every one of us here. But again, there is a celebration on top of another celebration. It is my pleasure to inform you that already one of our veteran teachers is celebrating her birthday today. So, wonderful EDUSANs, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to wish my very good sister and friend, one who is a veteran educator, a very happy birthday. Rohisane, it is your day. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Thank you. Do enjoy your day, Rohi. My boss, please you may continue.
We would like you to stand. I'm so happy because we share the same month. October 1st was my birthday. So we are going to sing for her. That was too cool, too cold. As she's celebrating today, and today happens to be the EDUSA's day of celebrating teachers, please let's really celebrate her and give her a warm and a scintillating song for her celebration. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless and keep you. Happy birthday to you. Hip, 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 hooray!
That was good. Thank you, boy. Thank you so much. You know, special people are born in October. My mom included. So October is a great day. Now let's go back to the program guide and continue. Now I would like to invite Mr. Abrahaman Ba to come and give his speech. Mr. Ba, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony, and kindly allow me to acknowledge the presence of members of the High Table, starting from Mr. Esaso to our very own mother. I have also taken that status today. Mr. Sar, Dean School of Education, Mr. Lowe, our mother, Aissatou Lau, who we were fortunate to honor the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2025. And I think the rousing applause that was given to her has vindicated us again as to why we had to select her for her continuous dedication and support to education in the Gambia. Mahat, thank you very much. Mr. Saul, Second Vice President, and please permit me, all the others, to acknowledge your presence. EDUSANs and members of the students of the University of the Gambia, it is with great honor and heartfelt joy that I stand before you today, representing the NAMI Foundation, to join in celebrating one of the noblest callings known to mankind, teaching. Allow me first to express profound appreciation to the University of the Gambia and the University Education Council, EDUSA, for organizing and celebrating teachers in collaboration with the Gambia Teachers Union and our ministries. Your collective efforts in recognizing, empowering, and celebrating teachers reaffirm the shared vision that education is indeed the cornerstone of national progress. For the leadership of the University of the Gambia, we salute your tireless commitment to academic excellence, teacher preparation, and national capacity building. You are shaping minds that will in turn shape the destiny of our nation. For the Gambia Teachers Union, we celebrate your steadfast promotion of teacher welfare and advocacy for dignity in the teaching profession. You continue to be a beacon of hope for thousands of teachers across this country, ensuring that their voices are heard, their needs are met, and their work is valued. At the NAMI Foundation, we reaffirm our continuous dedication to improving teacher motivation and well-being through initiatives such as the Gambia Teacher Prize, a platform that honors excellence, innovation, and the heart of service in teaching. Today, we celebrate Teachers' Day. We are reminded that every great nation stands on the shoulders of its teachers. They are the unsung heroes who shape character, ignite curiosity, and plant seeds of greatness in the hearts of the learners. Behind every doctor, every engineer, every leader, and every innovator, there is a teacher who believed, guided, and nurtured. Teaching is not just a profession, it is a calling, a lifelong commitment to shaping humanity itself. And while the chalk may fade, the lessons we leave behind never die. To the students, teachers, and future educators gathered here today, you are the architects of tomorrow's Gambia. The classroom you will one day lead are not just spaces of learning, They are workshops for nation building. Embrace your training and just as a pathway to employment, but as a sacred duty to inspire transformation. Let your passion for teaching be matched with integrity, innovation, and compassion. In a world that is rapidly changing, where technology, globalization, and social challenges intersect, the teacher remains the constant force of direction and hope. We must therefore rise as a generation of teachers who see education not as a routine, but as a revolution of minds, values, and possibility. At the NAMI Foundation, we believe that the teacher welfare and empowerment of teachers determine the success of any education system. That is why we proudly partnered with EDUSA for the past 6, 7 months, and I think we have the conviction that we cannot be celebrating ready-made teachers. We must invest at where these teachers are prepared. Our initiative from teacher recognition programs to professional development support are grounded in one conviction, that when a teacher thrives, a nation rises. Through partnership like with the EDUSA and GTU, we are building not just recognition, but a movement, one that celebrates excellence, not just growth, and amplifies the voice of the teacher in every corner of this country. As we celebrate today, let us renew our collective commitment to uphold the dignity of the teaching profession. Let us continue to advocate, innovate, and collaborate so that every teacher feels valued, every student is inspired, and every classroom becomes a place where dreams take flight. On behalf of the NAMI Foundation, I extend warm appreciation to all teachers, past, present, and future, for their sacrifice, dedication, and unwavering love for humanity. To our partners, EDUSA, the University of the Gambia Teachers Union, our ministries of education, basic and secondary, Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science, and Technology, thank you all for giving us the opportunity to represent teachers and support them. May this celebration inspire us to keep teaching, keep believing, and keep shaping the Gambia we all dream of. One lesson, one child, and one teacher at a time. Thank you very much. I'm happy to Day to all of you. Thank you.
For 15 Executive Council and EDUSA. Anytime we knock their door, they are always there to answer to our call. And Mr. Ba said that we should not be a rat. We should be in the teaching field to serve the purpose that we are trained for. So on that note, I thank Mr. Ba for giving us that wonderful remark. Now I have the honor to call our Secretary General, Mr. Esa So, Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Esa So, to come to very much.
Good afternoon. I've been struggling for a while because I'm literally conflicted with a missing identity. I don't know whether I should associate myself with NAMI Foundation as a member of the Gambia Teacher Prize Task Force, or the University of Education as a member of the Governing Council, Gambia Teachers Union, or a professional teacher for that matter. But allow me to put on my GTU cap. Please allow me to stand on all existing protocols, but for the purpose of emphasis, and for the fact that what we are taught and we believe in is that gratitude is a virtue, I want to express how happy I am in your responses in appreciating your officials in the passings of Ajaratu Madam, now your own Dean, and Dr. Akambi. Like I said, gratitude is a virtue. These are very rare things. I was really amazed but not surprised because we are teachers. I bring you greetings from the National Executive Committee of the Gambia Teachers Union and by extension all its constituents on the occasion of World Teachers Day. Similarly, I would like to return gratitude to the leadership of the 15th Executive Council of EDUSA and would also like to congratulate the Social Welfare Minister, Honorable Khadija Koli, for the organization and invitation. I have been tasked to share with you on how we can collaborate and as well highlight the union's role in ensuring professional solidarity. To begin with, Mr. MC, I invite everyone to reflect on a simple yet powerful truth. We are stronger together. In every institution or organization, be it the Gambia Teachers Union, EDUSA, MOPSI, MOHAS, UTG, UEG, or even in the case of central government, collaboration should not be seen just as a tool, it is the heartbeat of progress. As the national teacher representative body and the only affiliate of Education International in country, we at the Gambia Teachers Union stand at the center of this collective strength as the unwavering force that binds teachers and education support personnel with a shared purpose and a common voice. Therefore, we can simply say that collaboration is a principle that shapes the strength of our efforts, and we must leverage on it to foster professional solidarity. In our work as unionists and as student leaders too, at times the pressure of our profession and studies, respectively, weighs heavily on us, and in such instances, one at times feels isolated, and in some cases we are frustrated, thus making us vulnerable. So therefore, we can argue very well that it is only through collaboration that we can build resilience. The unity that we nurture therein will help us protect our rights, elevate our standards, and ensure that the general membership, and in your case, the student body, are treated with dignity and with respect. Mr. MC, the topic chosen this year is more or less the essence of our motto at the Gambia Teachers Union. Our motto at GTU is solidarity forever. These words are just not slogans. They are a commitment we owe to each other, to justice, and to believe that in unity lies our greatest strength. Solidarity, therefore, Mr. MC, means showing up, not just for ourselves, but for our colleagues, our union, the UTG, and EDUSA. Looking at the institutional framework of the Gambia Teachers Union, for example, you will realize that our union is not just a structure. It is an embodiment of our shared values, and the same is true with EDUSA, because we share the same common denominator. I would like to seize this opportunity to call on all of us within the education sector to uphold the good spirit of collaboration. Let us continue to build bridges across the fraternity, across our mandates and backgrounds. To achieve this, we must be good listeners. We must be prepared to learn, and we must be prepared to lead together. By uniting in purpose, we are capable of creating a force that can shape the trajectory, transform the sector, and improve the lot of our general membership. It is obvious that as professionals, we do not only impact knowledge, but shape the lives, so we must collaborate. To conclude, Mr. MC, I urge each of us to embrace collaboration, not as a strategy, but as a way of being. Established 8.5 decades ago, precisely on the 9th February 1937, and with meager resources, our strength at the Gambia Teachers Union certainly lies in our strategic partnership and endeavors. Therefore, we need to honor this legacy, given the importance of collaboration. The Union and the 15th Executive of EDUSA need each other more than ever before in caring for the spirit of solidarity forever. Because together, and I quote, there is no limit to what we can achieve if it doesn't matter who takes the credit, end of quote. Our motto at the GTU, as I said, Solidarity Forever, is a promise that we must all fulfill, and it is only in this way that we will rise together, speak together, and win together. This is definitely a call to action, a stark reminder that when we unite, we become unstoppable. Let us not wait for crisis to bring us together. We must co-labor. We must engage, support, and uplift one another, not just because it is right, but because it's powerful, because we are not just teachers, but educators as we change lives. Therefore, to conclude, it is incumbent upon us all to stand tall, to stand together, and to stand proud, thus living the spirit of solidarity forever and raising the public esteem of this noble profession that we call teaching. On that note, I want to thank you very much.
Deputy Secretary General, Gambia Teachers Union, for that wonderful remark. And then according to Mr. So, he said that we are stronger together.
Making songs in our poetic lives, creating tunes with our vivid words, sacrificing lives to raise standards. We are not in a competition with anyone else. We run our own race. If you first reach, wait. If you can't, go. We are fighting, though. Shit! Kon daal boo wéetoon wéttalikul boo meroon How can we see light when our eyes are tied so hard? In darkness, we grip direction of mind, a strong of breath, an endless fight. We search in vain for a place to rest, but find no heaven in this cruel test. A part-time empowerment has been so existence. What do you mean? It's not existence worth living. When the educational system forces us to read and not to create books in syllabus. Those are present police the source of employment. Not the stories of people, but our brains are deeply sick. Invest in education to shape better skills and job opportunities. Not drawing debt out of company. Now we see the point. No! Here our price. The first spoken was pleasing rights. The world please no one navigate the sky. The air of love is now booked with manipulation. We have been misinterpreted and misrepresented. But for a moment, here our price. Why we are Latane I Yori di bona yo handi yori dawi. Yata ko samu deki. Jere ha isaha dumi samu wala yo kuchofe we never. Our hearts are heavy. Burning with woe. As we tread through valleys far below, no sanctuaries, no safety, just a drum beating our own duty. Do not be discouraged. Then, construct good hospitals permanently. Our life lies in the hands of securities. The question brings us to the end. Where can we find salvation? The implementation and the management of our national development plan, strengthening of accountability, promotion and protection of human rights, are towards the citizens. Without the data, some Nakukata, Nabni, no yo bill. They can investigate them. Tobal I can be surrender. Bundaw ma day liggéey kër ga jaajëfal leen ndey bu ko tette ba xaar kon gun jàppale leen ndaw yi lu ñëpp bokk na ko ñëpp bokk man you are love we are life you are life we are hope you are thought you are strength you are time we are action so let's solve them.
ñu ne su poetry doon football ñoom ñoo koy chess ñu ne coow li fii lay xoyom-xoyome waaye coow li teachers yi la the Dean School of Education Dr. Ousseynou Sarr, former head of School of Education and Vice Principal of the Gambia College, now University of Education, the Gambia, Madam Aissatou Ndaw, the Deputy General Secretary and the champion advocate for teacher welfare advancement, Mr. Essa Sow, the second Vice President, Gambia Teachers Union, Mr. Musa Sow, Senior Lecturer and Mother of the EDUSANs, Dr. Akambi, representative of the NAMI Foundation, Mr. Abdurrahman Ba, the President, executive members, and all members of the UTGSU and its organs here present, the President, executive members of EDUSA, distinguished guests, fellow educators, students, friends of education, and the media, a very good afternoon to each and every one of you. It is both an honor and a deep privilege to join you on this occasion of the commemoration of World Teachers' Day celebration 2025. As we gather today, we do not only celebrate the teacher who shaped our nation, but also the profession that builds every other profession. Whenever I mention this, I remember your former dean, Dr. or Professor Ajufo, who always argues that the School of Education in the University of the Gambia is the mother of all other schools in the university. But again, teaching is the mother of all other professions. On occasions like this, ladies and gentlemen, teachers have a triple celebration to make. One, we celebrate those that taught us and shaped us to be what we are today. And on that note, I send out greetings and celebrations to all my teachers and all your teachers who have taught us from the early childhood education to wherever we may find ourselves today. And for my own life, that would include, once again, our mentor, our mother, Madam Aissatou Ndao. I remember those days at the Gambia College when I came in as a student, fresh from high school, very short and small, was the smallest and the shortest at the time, and she would always call me Chat. I remember the registrar at the time, Demba Sise, would always tease at me to say, we will post you to a senior secondary school where you will meet big boys and girls who will deal with you. And I remember how I've been troubling Madam Dao while on teaching practice, calling her, asking for some financial support where things were very tough. Madam, we thank you and we appreciate everything that you've done for us. Still within the triple celebration, the second bit to be celebrated is that we celebrate ourselves as teachers of today. And third, we celebrate those we taught and are now teachers and the impact we've already been making. And I was very happy when I heard Mustafa announcing that I've been a teacher of him from grade 7 to grade 9, and I can also see some of my students at Upper Basic School who are also here. So today we are celebrating all these three put together. And on that note, I would say happy Teachers Celebration to all the teachers in the room and to all those teachers across borders. Give yourselves a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, in a society where teaching is hardly considered a primary career choice, those who choose to be continue to accelerate the attrition rate, and those who gallantly chose to stay perpetually lament in distress while others cry in agony. This year's theme, recasting teaching as a collaborative profession, could not have come at a better time. And by design or by default, within the context of this global theme, conveniently sits in my today's topic of deliberation, which is team teaching, transforming the classroom through joint efforts. Indeed, organizers of this event couldn't have been more thoughtful. This reminds us, as much as it pricks our conscience, that the present and future of education has not and will never be built by solitary heroes, but by devoted teams. Teams of educators who thoughtfully plan together, enthusiastically teach together, collaboratively grow together, and in unison, selflessly impact together. To begin with, let's take a moment to ask ourselves what team teaching is all about. Team teaching simply means two or more teachers jointly planning, delivering, and assessing lessons for the same group of students. It is the art of blending minds, combining subject expertise, pedagogical skills, and classroom experience to enrich the learning journey, boost students' learning experiences, and enhance learning outcomes. This claim, ladies and gentlemen, is adequately substantiated by empirical data. According to the OECD's 2023 Teaching and Learning International Survey, TALIS, students in schools where teachers collaborate in planning and instruction perform 15 to 20% better than those taught by teachers working alone. When teachers stick together, they don't just share the workload, they exponentially multiply the impact. Ladies and gentlemen, to better understand the need for team teaching as a prescription for our today's trade, allow me to do a diagnosis of some of the incidental pitfalls of the system. Around the world today, More than 44 million teachers need stronger professional support networks to deliver quality education according to UNESCO 2024. In sub-Saharan Africa alone, our region faces a shortage of over 15 million teachers. Here in the Gambia, the average class size at the upper basic level stands at about 47 students per teacher. Many of our schools, especially in rural areas, face stretched resources and uneven teacher distribution. The teacher attrition rate is on the rise. Students' performance in external examinations continue to leave much to be desired. Regional disparities continue to widen, and despite stallion efforts by stakeholders and the Gambia Teachers Union, teacher motivation remains low. In spite of efforts by the teacher training institutions, teachers' content knowledge and pedagogical skills remain a challenge for many. By virtue of this, and of being a pioneering tutor of the MOPSIS flagship e-learning, and having done my Oxford dissertation or thesis on inclusive education, addressing regional disparities and challenges affecting regional students, I can go on and on with these diagnoses, but those are lessons for another day. This monumental challenge, ladies and gentlemen, are so daunting and call for a synergy rather than individualistic efforts, and their attendant consequences are quite mammoth that no individual educator, no matter how dedicated you may be, can overcome all alone. Therefore, the diagnosis call for a prescription, and the realities compel us to rethink our approach from individual efforts to collective strength, and that is where team teaching comes in. Does it matter? Yes, it does. Master of Ceremony, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in our context, team teaching offers a practical solution to several pressing challenges. First, it bridges capacity gaps by pairing experienced educators and early career teachers. This helps to bring newly minted teachers up to speed with what it takes to be an effective teacher. Second, it fosters mentorship and continuous professional development as the team of teachers will continue to share expertise and best practice. Third, it promotes inclusive learning as multiple teachers can support students with different needs, with each complementing the efforts or each other's emotional intelligence and adequately responding to the learner's unique needs. This approach enhances teacher and teaching quality, addresses disparities, boosts teachers' morale, and helps in the realization of learning achievement targets. Ladies and gentlemen, this aligns perfectly with our Education Policy 2016-2030, as outlined in the Education Sector Plan 2023-2030, which calls for strengthened collaboration and professional network among teachers. Has it worked anywhere else? Yes, it has. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not starting from zero. Across the world and within Africa, team teaching has shown remarkable results. In Finland, co-teaching between subject and special education teachers led to 12% improvement in inclusive learning outcomes. In Japan, likewise, the practice of lesson study, where teachers jointly design and observe lessons, has become a cornerstone of teacher development. Closer to home, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's Teacher Professional Development, the TPD framework, and Ghana's TETEL, as the Transforming Teaching, Education and Learning, both integrate co-teaching, boosting teaching confidence and students' engagement. Beyond data and policy, ladies and gentlemen, let's remember that teaching is a deeply human profession. When two or more teachers enter a classroom together, something powerful happens. They model cooperation, demonstrate respect for each other's strengths, and ascertain to the students that teaching and learning are by collaboration and companionship, not competition, and must be shared, not monopolized. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it is my strongest recommendation that 1. Team teaching should now transcend from mere strategic planning and policy to being operationalized as part of our school culture. 2. Teacher training institutions should embed collaborative pedagogy in all education programs. 3. School administrators, that is, head teachers and principals of schools, should be trained to facilitate and schedule core teaching effectively. 4. Collaborative teaching should be part of teacher performance assessment. And 5, and finally, a pilot of a few schools, documentation of results, and rolling out of these could be the way forward. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, as we commemorate World Teachers Day 2025, let us remember the words of Abraham Lincoln, paraphrased. The philosophy of the class in one generation is the philosophy of the society or government in another. Hence, team teaching would not only enhance teaching and learning experience and outcomes, but will also instill the principles of cooperation, sharing, team building, humility, selflessness among students, such that we won't cry for the suckers that will grow when the old banana tree dies. For if we insist on pursuing our personal goals without keeping our collective objectives and responsibilities in mind, then indeed we shall fall as embedded in our national pledge. And a nation whose teachers fall is a nation that sinks, for no nation can rise beyond its teachers. To conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I will challenge you as teachers that the responsibility saddled on us as teachers is a huge one. From the poem, we've been told that Sulayala Fale, Fehel Yatal Komkombi, and all what they've mentioned. But again, Sulayala Defe teacher, a huge responsibility mounts on your shoulders. We carry a nation. So, if a nation is to succeed, it is dependent on the quality and the enthusiasm and the support and the commitment of the teachers. But if a nation is to fail, it relies heavily on the quality and the commitment of those teachers. I challenge you to be committed to that responsibility so that tomorrow we will be remembered for having started that bold step of transforming this country for greater good. I also make a clarion call to all stakeholders, starting from government and all partners, to continue supporting and investing in teachers. My brother clearly mentioned it, that we should not only continue to celebrate full-fledged prepared teachers, but we should continue to invest in preparing and bringing up the kind of teachers we want for our society. We were told education is the most powerful weapon with which we can change the world. Teachers are therefore the torchbearers that lightens the path and the springboard that serves as the propelling force that will catapult every society from grass to grace. On that note, I thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Law. Can we put our hands together for that wonderful speech? Mr. Law said it all. The partners are here. University management also are here. So we should help the teachers that are in the system and the teachers that are coming up in order for them to develop and continue serving their people. So when we invest in the teachers, we are definitely investing in our future, and our future will be better if the teachers are happy in their classroom. Now I will call Mr. Mohammed Sidibe, known as Magnetic Poet, to come and inspire us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to acknowledge the presence of the High Table, that is members of the High Table, among them living legends, among them our lecturers, among them our leaders, and among them our colleagues. I equally want to acknowledge the presence of everybody down there, my colleagues, the nice teachers. I am Mohammed Sidibe, poetically known as the Magnetic Poet, and today my piece is going to be in line with why we are here today, because we are all teachers, and I think it behoves me to present something that is in line with us teachers. So therefore, the title of my piece is The Noble Fires. Now, when you look at noble fires, please just give me a minute. I want to give a context before I start doing my presentation. The noble fires, that phrase is considered as the strongest branch of a tree. Now, you can see the title. I am trying to use a metaphor comparing teachers to that strongest branch of a tree. Now, these teachers also are specific types of teachers that will explore all avenues in guiding the young ones. In other words, I am referring to teachers who, if dedication were a battlefield, they would have been frontline combatants. Right? So now let's go with the piece. It goes like this. Yes, they complain, yet they contain. Paragon of virtues they possess. Their compelling rhetoric as they talk. Their longing logic as they walk. From their natural roles to societal roles. They prefer the roles of round characters to flat characters. Teachers, students, and parents. Left, right, and center. They inculcate rules of knowledge. They cook. They, the parents unit. They, the artificial creators. As their young brought of flowers blossoms, self-contentment becomes fission. But then the profession is fulfilling. Their saliva spat on moist. Their counseling, healing. Their frenzy, blessing. And their hatred for nothing, a potential catastrophe. A night without a teacher, nightmare. And a day without a teacher, dare. When all professions becomes mosquitoes, teaching profession becomes new census. I ask, who is that being without a teacher? Who are those beings without a teacher? Teacher, preacher, and such a teacher, preacher, and such a. Thank you all so very much for your attention.
I settle now to come and give us the keynote speech.
Mr. MC, Mr. SSO, Deputy Secretary General, and at the same time also Council Member of the University of Education, the Gambia. Dr. Sarr, Dean School of Education, University of the Gambia. Dr. Akambi, Senior Lecturer, University of the Gambia. Mr. Alpha Low, Oxford Scholar and Lecturer, University of the Gambia. Mr. Abdurrahman Sala, representing Namdi Foundation, members of the Executive Council of the School of Education, University of the Gambia. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow teachers, good afternoon to you all. As we celebrate World Teachers' Day, I feel honored and proud to be among teachers. I want to start by saying teaching is the only profession where teachers and students meet daily to learn, to share, and to change each other's life. There is no other profession in the world where the two would meet. It's only teaching. And I'm proud that I am a teacher. Are you proud that you are teachers? Can we hear you say that? Thank you. I think today we are here to celebrate one of the most noble and transformative calling known to humankind, and that is teaching, a profession that shapes every other profession. It's teaching that shapes every other profession. And the theme for this gathering today, recasting teaching as a collaborative profession, invites us to pause and reflect. What does it really mean to teach? Moreover, and more importantly, how can we work together to make teaching stronger, more united, and more impactful in the modern world? Today, I want to invite all of you to imagine a classroom, not one where a teacher stands alone at the front, carrying the weight of every lesson, every challenge, every success. You should imagine a classroom alive with ideas flowing between teachers, students, parents, and the community. A classroom where learning is a shared vision. And this is the vision I want to share today. And that is recasting teaching as a collaborative profession. What is teaching? Teaching is more than standing before a class and delivering lessons. It is an art and science of awakening curiosity, guiding discovery, and nurturing the capacity to think, to create, and to care. A teacher is part mentor, a counselor, an innovator, and always a lifelong learner. You can also say that the teacher is the doctor, the teacher is the lawyer, the teacher is the secretary, the teacher is everything. Teaching at its best is about transformation, not only of students, but of communities and nations. Let us think of the teacher who stays after school to explain a lesson to a child because the child did not get it at first. Let us also think of the teacher who has only $50 in his or her pocket. And a child comes and say, I am hungry. And the teacher gives that $50 and goes home without anything. Or even if going home has to ask for leave. That is humanity. Let us also think of a teacher who follows the child to the home to find out what is wrong. Why is the child not coming to school? Again, I think that's care and support. Alternatively, the teacher who notices a student's quietness, the child is quiet, encourages their voices, and watch that same student grow into a confident leader. That is the power of teaching, and it changes lives quietly, persistently, every single day, and that's what we are. We are the changers of life. We change life, we modify life, and we care for those that are entrusted to us. Many a times we talk about teaching as a profession. Some don't see us as some don't see teaching as a profession. They see lawyers as profession. Lawyer is a profession. Doctor is a profession, but teaching, no. Teaching obviously is indeed a profession, though it's also a vocation, a calling, and a commitment to humanity. Like doctors, they heal bodies. Engineers will build bridges, and teachers will build minds and characters. And I think the most important thing here is building minds and character. Teaching demands not only subject knowledge, but also empathy, ethics, and patience. If we are not empathic, if we are not ethical, if we are not patient, we cannot be teachers. It is a profession that requires training, reflection, and a deep understanding of human growth and development. However, unlike other professions, teachers' success is rarely measured in wealth or fame, but in the success of others. You will see a teacher who is still very poor, taking a gele every day and would point to somebody and say, that was my student. And the student is driving the most expensive car. So teachers or teaching is measured not by wealth or fame, but the success of others. I am very proud to say you were all my students. And I always feel very proud to say that. And I think when I see my students successful, when I see my students holding higher positions, I feel so happy. And I think that is what the teacher gets. And I think that's the best thing that any human being can get. I made this one, or I supported this one, or I participated or contributed in making this person who he is or who she is. And I think that's very important. And that's what we are teachers. The legacy of a good teacher is written in the lives that they taught. The legacy of a good teacher is written in the lives that they taught. If we look back for a moment, there are times when teachers were among the most respected members of our society. You go to the villages, the teacher is the lawyer, the teacher is the doctor, the teacher is everything. Whatever happens, they consult the teacher first. And in villages, towns, and cities, the teacher was seen as the community's moral compass, the one parents turn to for advice, and the one every child aspired to impress. They taught under mango trees, in mud-walled classrooms, and later in small community schools. They had few materials, but they had a purpose. They shaped minds that would go on to lead our nation, the doctors, the nurses, the ministers, the engineers, and the reformers who built our modern societies. However, as the years went by, the status of teachers changed. Economic hardship, policy neglect, and other shifts slowly eroded the esteem once attached to teaching. Today, teaching is often viewed as a fallback rather than a forced choice. However, when crises strike, be it a pandemic, conflict, or social breakdown, teachers hold the system together and continue teaching, mentoring, and guiding the next generation. If we are to rebuild the dignity of the profession, we must reimagine teaching as a shared collaborative endeavor, not an isolated struggle. What does collaborative profession means? When we talk about collaborative process, it's one where teachers do not work alone. It is a profession built on shared knowledge, responsibilities, and growth. It means that teachers work together across subjects, schools, and even nations to design lessons, to solve problems, and to build stronger learning communities. When teaching becomes collaborative, classrooms stop being islands. They become part of a living, connected ecosystem where every teacher's insight strengthens the next. For example, you can imagine a mathematics teacher teaming up with a science teacher to design a hands-on project about renewable energy, blending creativity with critical thinking. Alternatively, a young teacher being mentored by a senior colleague, not through formal inspection, but through collaboration and reflection. That is what recasting teaching as a collaborative process looks like in practice. Traditionally, teaching was solitary. One teacher, one class, one blackboard. The doors closed and listening and learning was a private affair. Teachers rarely observed each other's lessons. They rarely shared materials or discussed challenges. There was pride in independence, but there was also isolation. We fear what the next teacher would tell us. Where we do not even know a subject content, we are afraid to go and find out because we were such a lonely in our profession. We are afraid of even people passing by. When we are teaching, somebody is passing by, we lower our voice because we felt we are alone in it. Today's world demands something different. Today's world demands something different. We are not supposed to be lonely. We are supposed to work together. Education must respond to complex realities. We have a lot of realities today. Digital learning, diverse classroom, evolving curricula, and global citizenship. No single teacher can navigate all of this alone, whether we like it or not. There is no teacher, no single teacher who can do it alone. Therefore, we need to collaborate. We need to work together. We need to support each other. In the collaboration model, we will see teachers co-plan lessons. They will share strategies, professional learning communities where teachers will exchange ideas and work together. They will reflect together. There would be cross-school collaboration through workshops and online platforms. Teachers would be included in decision-making, curriculum design, and education reform. When teachers learn from one another, the system will strengthen, the classroom becomes richer, and the learners would benefit more. When we collaborate with our colleagues, our teachers, that's where we start with. We collaborate with our teachers. We collaborate with our school leaders. We don't see our school leaders as authoritarian or authoritative, who we only go to when we need something. We should be able to collaborate with them. Our students, we should be able to collaborate with our students. There are certain things that our students know that we don't know. We should be able to collaborate with them, to learn from them. We should also be able to collaborate with parents and families. There are certain things that families and parents can do that will support us and support the school. When we do not collaborate with them, we would not be able to get that support. Our support staffs. Let us not just say this is a cleaner, this is a this is a caretaker. There are certain things that they know that we don't know. There are certain things that they can facilitate that we will be very happy that they are able to facilitate it. The community members, obviously the different sectors, the health sector, the agriculture sector, and so on. All of these are stakeholders that we can collaborate with. Our professional network. I am happy that ESA is here. We should be able to collaborate with our professional network, the GTU, the GTU CCU. All these are professional networks that we can learn a lot from. Well, most of the people who are there have also gone through teaching. We also need to know that our leaders should see teachers as policy implementers and partners in shaping it. When teachers' voices are heard in educational planning, policies become more grounded, relevant, and sustainable. Today we talk about technology. Technology has opened a new chapter in collaboration. Teachers can now connect beyond borders, share resources, co-teach online, or discuss classroom challenges in real time. A teacher in Banjul can exchange lesson plans or lesson notes with somebody in Fatoto, or even somebody in Ghana, or somebody in Europe, and so on. Or join a virtual seminar hosted in Europe, or in Nigeria, or in Ghana, all from our phones or our laptops. During the COVID-19 pandemic, teachers proved their adaptability and resilience by using WhatsApp groups, radios, virtual classrooms to ensure learning never stopped. Teaching never stopped. We were able to cope and make sure that our students were not left behind. That spirit of innovation and connection must continue. As teachers, we should be able to continue that, not only as an emergency response, but as a permanent feature of our professional identity. As we embrace technology, we must, however, remember that technology should not replace the teacher. It should empower the teacher. No software can replicate a teacher's empathy. No software can replicate a teacher's humor. And no software can replicate a teacher's human connection to the learning experience. Across the world, there are inspiring examples of teachers who have collaborated in changing education. There are a lot of examples that have been mentioned by Alpha. One of the examples is that in Finland, teachers design curricula collectively, giving them ownership and creativity. In Rwanda, school clusters would allow teachers from neighboring schools to meet, share lessons, and solve challenges together. In the Gambia, we do have peer learning workshops and mentorship initiative. I am happy that, again, ESA is here. They have done a lot of collaboration where they have brought female teachers together to be mentored, supported, and to be able to work together. And today, I think those teachers are the best teachers in the Gambia. Good. Some of them are here. Good. Thank you. Okay. Now, these models will remind us that when teachers work together, students benefit most academically, emotionally, and socially. To recast teaching as a collaborative profession is to restore the dignity, strength, and purpose of every individual. Teachers are not just delivers of content, but co-creators of the nation's future. We are the co-creators of the nation's future. Without us, this Gambia would not develop. We are very important, and we need to know that we are very important. But then we also need to know that no single teacher has all the answers. But together we have the wisdom, the creativity and resilience to build a brighter tomorrow. As educators, policymakers, and citizens, let us commit to supporting teachers, valuing their voices, and nurturing collaboration in every classroom and school. Let us build a culture where teachers learn from one another, where innovation thrives, and where our students see in us the very spirit of teamwork we hope to inspire in them. Because we are teachers, because when teachers collaborate, education will also succeed. When education succeeds, our nation will progress. Today, I want to challenge all of us here. I want to challenge every individual that's in this hall, in this room, to rethink teaching. Let us not see teaching as an individual standing in the class, talking the whole day, and at the end of the day, you are so exhausted that when you go home, you sleep. Let us see teaching. Let us see teaching as collaborative. Let us see teaching as a profession where we all work together. Let us break the walls of isolation and build bridges of collaboration. Let us create schools where teachers stand together, grow together, flourish together, and learning becomes a shared adventure. We do not just teach, we teach together. And in teaching together, we shape a brighter, stronger, and more connected future. Together, we can make it. Together, we can. I thank you all.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Aisatul, for that inspiring speech. Thank you, Madam. Can we put our hands together for Madam Dyer? Today is the World Teachers' Day. We are celebrating ourselves. And then we should not wait until we learn here to come forward and give us something.
Anyway, Assalamu alaikum once again. I'm so glad that I'm performing for my school. So Smayaram of Dehawataga Tuti. And once again, I am Nena Joanna Kani. So I'll be giving a freestyle and a one masterpiece. And I hope you will love it. Hey! Matalif lu fës ndax dama juddu sama yaay nampal ma meew bu bees may mëgg ak sëb bu jegewul tiit suuf si xoot lool diis lool benn ñaar ñetti at jigéenu jàmbaar boot ma ci ginnaawi aada ak cosaan bu lépp weesoo ma taxaw si diggi jamono juróomi at bay dugal ma si jàngub nasaraan gëstu xalaat ëllëg boole ko jàng ak diine mam bay sax ne ndaw dangay fexe xam mën a xam fooy jëm I walk streets where even hope, dog, bullets, street lights, dead dreams flicker, that the only thing bright is the fire in your stomach. A phone in my hand, no credit, I got a wife, no child, they say I'm lazy. But how do you plant seeds in a land that it's a soul? I hold cash, but can't eat, because in this country, money feeds only title. The poor, we choose survival, broken feet. Still, you blame the youth. There are 1,000 riots behind this smile. Every laughter, a protest disguise. I've never raised a hand. Not because I'm scared,
But because here, the only thing you are allowed to raise is the flag. We cook hustle, eat smoke, speak truth. They say it's treason. Stay silent. They say you are useless. Innocents wear masks to breathe through corruption, but get cold safe while criminals wear suits and cut cake in air-conditioned offices, toasting the poverty with champagne and budget sheets. Today, guns don't kill, neglect dogs, knives don't cut, but failed polices bleed us daily. Listen, to kill a dream is to assassinate a nation. Every young soul ignorant is one less builder of the future. And every time you look around, our hopes die a little louder. Yet, in this madness, some of us still care. Some plant change in dry soil. Some believe the sky belongs to all of us. This is the max existence, and we are on maxing now, but trust me, once we rise, they will have no place to sit.
Thank you, Joanna. Thank you so much. Now we are going to a question and answer. We learned a lot. We heard a lot from.
Yes, good afternoon. I understand that time is on our side. I want to appeal to the high table to pardon me of all protocols. Assure that I briefly speak to you. You know, when I look at you, I look at myself, I look at the impact we have. I realize that we have pride and we are proud as teachers. But I want us to remember that we also have a prize. And what is that prize? As teachers, we don't only inspire, we don't only save minds, but we also take care of ourselves, our families, our relatives. That is why every economic benefits that are meted for other civil servants by any scales, by any means, should be equally meted to us in the same scales, in the same means, or perhaps in a higher scale. Teachers are more than what they teach. We have one thing, and we give it to everybody. And that one thing, not everybody has it. But then, everybody looks for it. And what is that thing, if I may ask? We have the knowledge that saves the world. Do not see yourself as ordinary people. I want to believe that teachers were created extraordinarily. And that is why when God created his world, he had his prophet as his teachers. Why are we proud here? We understand that there has been World Teachers Day, but then these were celebrations, most often done indoors, perhaps one could say, because the noise was never too loud. We know the noise was never too loud. Was it loud? No, it was just done in corners. But now, we have organizations, we have bodies, we have people who speak out for us. And one to recognize is the NAMI Foundation, when they created the Gambia Teacher Prize. That is where the pride started. That is where we started making the noise. As time is on our side, I want to encourage us to be committed to saving lives. But also, I want to encourage those whom we work for to not only give us brilliant speeches, but also to give us all that it requires to professionally develop ourselves, to economically uplift ourselves to the standard of any other civil servant. Therefore, I thank you.
Members of the high table, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Banai Jaju, the Deputy Welfare Minister, 15th Executive Council. As we come to the end of this vibrant celebration of Teachers' Day, I would like to thank each and every one of you who contributed to making this day special. My warmest thanks to all who helped make our Teachers' Day celebration a success, especially our faculty staff, partners at GTU and NAMI Foundation. SU representatives, thank you for coming. We are grateful. Jërëjëf. I would also like to extend our sincere gratitude and appreciation to our beloved father and uncle, Mr. Mamadou Touro Dabo, and the Vision Development Foundation and People's Movement for National Unity. Your generous support has been a strong pillar in the development of our country. Your continuous assistance to the needy and the underprivileged, especially students, cannot be overemphasized. On behalf of the 15th Executive Council, we thank you and may Almighty Allah continue to guide and protect you. To our speakers who have made today remarkable, your presence and kind words means the world to our dedicated educators. We are grateful for your support. Together, let's continue to inspire and save the future. To our sponsors, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, and MRT Holland Foundation, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here today. We are grateful and we pray that Almighty Allah continue to bless you. As teachers and aspiring teachers, let us know that the development of every nation relies solely on us. We must not joke with our profession. Remember, the teaching profession is the mother of all professions. Let's keep the hard work by inculcating knowledge and inspiring the lives and livelihood of our students. Let us be committed in serving our beloved nation, the Gambia. On that note, I pray that Almighty Allah grant us good health and long life so that we may witness many years of this celebration. On that note, I thank you all.